So now I'm done with the introduction. So there are a few projects that I want to take that broad picture and create an integrative health network, largely of independent practitioners, and give us a stronger foundation, a stronger foothold in the health provider community than we have right now. Right now, we're fairly isolated, and it can be hard for people get referred to us by word of mouth, by their friends, because they drive by and they see our sign in the window and they're curious about it. Not necessarily because naturopathy or acupuncture or chiropractic is big, popular, mainstream service. Before getting into the three, in a couple of weeks, I will have a trade and peer review meetup. So it's not directly associated with the three that I'm going to be proposing, but it does kind of tie in with creating a network of practitioners, getting them to know what other practitioners provide. The peer review component of it, I think, is important as well, because it provides an opportunity for professional feedback. So it's not just someone off the street who doesn't necessarily know the health industry or your service. It's somebody who is trained as a health professional that is providing a review of your service as a health professional. So it's a little bit more constructive criticism is possible. So you have the opportunity for professional growth in addition to meeting other practitioners. So that's going to be taking place in a couple of weeks. But like I said, that's not directly related to the three proposals I'm going to have here. The first is a provider virtual network. I kind of touched on it a little bit, but the idea is to leverage new and developing technologies as well as existing technologies to give independent practitioners added reach, connections, and create a decentralized integrative clinic. So you have something similar in the reach and power of the Sutter, the Kaiser, the medical system that people are familiar with, but it's available to individual practitioners. The goal being to provide improved communication between the practitioners, improved patient care, so that if someone comes to me as a massage therapist and acupuncturist and say they need a root canal, by working with other practitioners, maybe I have a better handle of this is a good dentist for you to go to, or this is a better oral surgeon that will meet your needs, as opposed to them going out and just looking through the yellow pages or trying to find some other referral service. I want to use Practice Fusion's electronic health record within that virtual network. So what that means is a lot of providers are coming together, signing up for this network as if they were signing into a clinic, and they're all sharing the record. That will give the provider an efficient record-keeping system for their patients that they can use themselves, but that also gives them access to a broader network of professionals that they can work with. The records can be treated as your individual records. You're the one that gets to choose what components of the record would get shared with anyone else. But if your patients are interested, they could opt in, and that record could be shared through the network, through the providers. So they can go to see you, and they could go see a massage therapist, and they wouldn't have to fill out a whole new intake. Maybe they just do a brief intake with the massage therapist when needed. Between naturopaths, chiropractors, acupuncturists, osteopaths or MDs, there are going to be different specific things that each of us needs. But there are also going to be some very common demographic things that we can all use. So we can save time, make it a little bit more efficient for the patient to share it across the network. And if the patient say, no, I don't want to do that, fine. The record's your private patient and not a general network patient. By coming together in this group, we can also create research parameters in patient surveys. So things that are not commonly researched, or you have to go and set up a large in-depth proposal to get a National Institute of Health grant or some other private grant to conduct the research, we can set up patient surveys and studies from the records that we have, create our own internal longitudinal or quantitative studies, however we want to set it up, because there are records and we control them. Again, that's something the patient would have to opt into. But that would make research a lot more efficient and could provide additional credibility for services that are otherwise considered alternative care, not mainstream because we don't have the research to back it up. And then another advantage of creating a provider virtual network like that would be sharing marketing services. So you increase the footprint of what an individual is able to do. So you can create a marketing campaign that uses the Chronicle, for example, on a regular basis, or creates regular radio advertising, or on late night cable, or daily cable if we've got enough people on, enough practitioners participating in it. But that gives more leverage to the individual practitioner, and they don't have to put as much out. It makes it easier for them to let people know that they're out there. So that would be the virtual provider network.